carvery? With a
What?
carvery.
Like
It's like a restaurant. No. It's like a restaurant. But you know, like your Thanksgiving dinner where you've got like a giant turkey and roast potatoes and all sorts of like loads and loads of like proper good hearty meal stuff. Yeah. Like mashed potatoes and roast and vegetables and blah 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 blah. Right. The carvery is like that, but you grab what you want. It's like a all-you-can-eat buffet sort of thing.
that's
Right. So we went to this carvery thing, and there was quite a few of us, and I was with my girlfriend at the time. I was with her family, and every Sunday with my family growing up, we always used to all go over to my grandmother's house, and there'd be like 12, 15 of us around the dining table, and every single week we would have this giant Sunday dinner, you know. And every single week it was always a fight anyway, because my brother just never ate his vegetables, and he would sit there at the dinner table crying half an hour after we'd finished eating because my mother was still sat next to him saying, "Eat your vegetables." Half an hour after everyone else had wandered off, and he's like, "I don't want to eat my vegetables." Anyway, but
I feel personally attacked.
but every single week, always had to have at least one Brussels sprout on my plate. Always. Like, it wasn't everything else I was fine with. You know, I wasn't a massive fan of broccoli, didn't have to have broccoli, but I don't know why, I always had to have one Brussels sprout. That was the rule as I was growing up as a kid. On your plate, you had one Brussels sprout, you had to eat it. Sometimes they snuck two on, and if I was lucky enough here to scoop off onto my dad's plate, but I always had to have one. So fast forward into the more recent past, where I'm in like my mid to late 20s, and I go to this carvery with my girlfriend's family, and there's like a big group of people all around this massive table, and we go to get our food. We're walking down the line, you know, potatoes on the plate, green beans, carrots, peas, you know, the works. Like, it's all mounting up, yeah. And then we get to the Brussels sprout, and I stood there in front of it and thought about it for a second, and then I went, well, I've got to have one on my plate, and picked one up and put it on my plate. And it wasn't until I got to the table to sit down to eat, and I looked at my plate and I saw this Brussels sprout, and I'm like, why the fuck did I just put a Brussels sprout on my plate when I don't like it? Why is my mother's voice in my head saying you have to have one Brussels sprout with your dinner? Why? Mid to late 20s, and I can't even think for myself. I had to have a damn Brussels sprout, and the entire meal I'm just angry with myself this entire time, and I'm just like, it's like, Chris, you know, what's the problem, dude? It's like, I've had to have a Brussels sprout because my mom told me.
Yeah, because she's just gonna pop up from underneath the table and fucking start yelling at you.
And I'm just, yeah, like, it was at that moment that I knew that